everyone, Tracy here from Temperance Tarot, and I wanted to do a really quick video response to Joanna about her question about comfort decks. And I couldn't narrow it down to just 3 comfort decks, so I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an honorable mention. So the first one right here, my first comfort deck, is Dreams of Gaia by Raven Phelan. This deck is absolutely amazing. Here's the book. We've all seen it all over the place, so I don't feel the need to show it off a lot. But this deck just gives me the most amazing readings. I don't know that I would ever use this one for anybody other than just me. It's got a tarot structure, but at the same time it doesn't have a tarot structure. But it also has archetypes in there that I just resonate with so very, very much. And whenever I need, I wouldn't say a hug, because this isn't a deck that's going to give me a hug. This is a deck that is going to tell me the truth, but it's going to tell me the truth in a way that is just not brutal, you know, not harsh or brutal, but very loving, and it's hard to describe. And if you haven't picked up this deck, pick up this deck. It's just marvelous. It always tells me what I need to know and what I need to hear. So that's why it is one of my top comfort decks. It's whenever I do an Instagram challenge, and I've been using a deck all along, oh, let's just use the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight for this challenge. And then all of a sudden, one of the questions in the challenge is just kind of personal, and a little more personal than say some of the other questions were. I almost always reach for the Dreams of Gaia. Another deck, and this I'm not copying Tasha, but it is also the Tarot of Transformation. She had Dreams of Gaia and Tarot of Transformation on her deck, on her list. And the Tarot of Transformation for me, that's like going to see a therapist, because once again, it is gentle, but it is going to tell me the truth. And the guidebook in particular is just, it's like going to see a therapist. And I do believe it was written by someone who has a PhD in some sort of, I could pull it out. I don't have it handy, but it's just the most marvelous deck. When I need real help, when I need real serious help, this is the deck that I reach for. Now, yes, the cardstock is kind of cruddy. It's really cruddy. I've actually got some contact paper that's supposed to be coming tomorrow that's purple flowers that I'm going to put on the backs of this deck so that hopefully it won't be quite so flimsy. It's still not the flimsiest one I own. But yeah, this is just a marvelous, marvelous deck. When you sit down and you say, I need some real serious help. I've got an inner crisis, not necessarily a decision. And that's the same with the Dreams of Gaia. If I need to make a decision about between 2 things, or I've got some choices to make, I tend to reach for a Rider-Waite type deck. But when I've got inner issues, this one or the Dreams of Gaia are definitely the 2 decks that I reach for. And that's why I consider them comfort decks, because they're the ones that I reach for when I'm in real need. Now, I've got a couple of Rider-Waite clone decks in my comfort decks as well. And the first one is the Hezekiah Harrow. And when I just need an answer, and I want, a straightforward Rider-Waite deck to use, I pull out the Hezekiah. It's a comfort deck to me simply because I feel comfortable with it. It makes me smile. Even the cards that are a little sad tend to make me smile. And make me see that maybe, even the tough stuff isn't quite as tough as maybe I'm making it. Maybe I'm making it worse in my head than it really is. And this is a self-published deck. You can buy it from the artist. She is in the UK, so if you're trying to get it in the US, the shipping is a little bit pricey, but the deck itself isn't all that pricey, and I would highly, highly recommend the Hezekiah Harrow. Look at that Ten of Cups. Look at that family. And then my last tarot deck is along the same lines as the Hezekiah's. It's the Delos Tarot. It's another one where the images are soft and kind of childlike, but at the same time it is a Rider-Waite clone, so it's going to give me a Rider-Waite message. It's going to give me a good solid message, and it always does. But at the same time, you have, like, here's the Emperor. Isn't he adorable? He's just precious. He doesn't look scary at all. So when I need a reading and I just want to use a regular Rider-Waite deck or a Rider-Waite Smith deck, and I need a little bit, I need it to not be harsh. I'm a little fragile maybe. Then I will either pull out the Hezekiah or the Delos. This is just adorable. This is also self-published. It's available on Etsy. It comes from South Korea, so it takes a little while to get here. Then I have one Oracle deck, and it is Anthony's Awakened Soul Oracle. And this has been all over the internet lately, so I'm sure you've seen it. But it is a great Oracle deck. Again, it has very balanced energies, and it's going to tell me the truth. But it is going to tell me the truth in a way that I find loving and comforting. And I really like this deck. Really, really beautiful. So, and then my honorable mention is only an honorable mention because I haven't had it for very long. I've had it for less than a week. And that is the Wisdom Keepers Oracle. And this deck it was originally published in black and white and has just recently been published in color. Sorry. I know you're enjoying looking at that table. Isn't it a very attractive table? This is what we call the Star Wars table. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a table that's been in my family since I was very, very young. And at some point my brother was doodling Star Wars, and it actually says Star Wars on the table. But this is a wonderful deck. I love the faces and the imagery, but I really love the guidebook. And this is another guidebook that was written by PhD. I've got that here so I can read it. Rosie Aronson, PhD. So, you know, it really is another one of those that melds divination and psychology. And I really, really love these cards. These faces are amazing. You look into these people's eyes and you feel like you can see into their souls. And the guidebook that comes with it, and you can get, there's another guidebook as well. There are two guidebooks. There's the one that comes with it and a slightly bigger one that you can purchase separately. I think it's only an extra $10. Are absolutely worth the price of admission. They give a story for each of the characters. So it's like each one has a I'm sorry, I can't get far enough away. But each of these people has a backstory. And you hear their backstory and you hear what made them have the quality that they have listed on this card. And then it gives you some gift to you, some advice, and then questions for contemplation, which I can see myself journaling with these questions for hours and hours on end. So there you go. This has run almost 10 minutes now. I didn't intend it to be this long, but those are my comfort decks. And don't forget to check out underneath. There are links to my blog and to my Instagram feed. So feel free to follow me everywhere. Bye.